I think it's important to mention that we are having clients now, investors, and we are finding out this problem, this little issue with the tourist license.
The tourist license is short-term rental. So I think one of the big changes that happened recently for Spain, I mean, there's been a couple of big changes, but on top of that, the Spanish put an addition to the touristic license from April. If you want to apply for a tourist license, you actually need to request permission from the community of which your apartment is in. Specifically for where you've got apartments or townhouses in communal areas. So you have to go to the AGM. You actually have to request that you want to have a tourist license. 60% of owners that account for 60% of the shares of the community have to agree that you can have the license. So that's a really big difference. Before, the community could say, as a general practice, yes. They either say, yes, we have a tourist license, or no, we don't. Now, they actually have to agree that your property can be rented out short term. What that means for people coming here and looking for property is if they're coming to buy a property with the view of having it as a holiday home and also having it as short-term rental, there's no guarantee that when they buy the property, they have to then apply through the community whether they get the approval. 60%. But I think it's just you've got to go through that process, and then there's no guarantee.
And this is something that is lowering a little bit the market, especially for investors. And now these new regulations for short-term rental. So what we see is that the government now, with these movements, they are trying to facilitate the access to the people that want to rent long-term properties. Everything's focusing on creating more availability of properties long-term rental. So the people, if they cannot rent short-term, they will decide maybe put long-term. And I think it's a good choice, it's a good try. It's important because we really need more options on long-term.